So summer in Australia means three things: Golden Gay Times, cold beer, and children going missing from beaches in Adelaide in the 1960s. But it also means people going to music festivals. And that means people trying to sneak pills into those music festivals so that they can really enjoy LCD Sound System or Linda Ronstadt or some other young person's musician that they like. But with 6 drug-related deaths in the last 12 months, people are starting to wonder whether there's a safer way for people to enjoy themselves. And one possible answer is to offer pill testing. And look, I'm probably not the best person to be talking about this, in that the last concert I went to was Simon and Garfunkel, and I do not like sleeping in tents. And anyway, if this music was any good, I would have heard about it on ABC Classic FM or Radio National by now. Hugh, can you bring in some more sherry? Vivaldi's about to start. To be clear, I'm not even into drugs at all either. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't have any problem with them. I'm all for legalizing it, man. It's just that I'm not really cool enough to take them. You know, I feel like if I took drugs, that would put an end to the drug culture. And I don't really want to spoil people's fun. But what exactly is pill testing? Well, what happens is you're at a festival, you wake up with a hurricane of a hangover, crawl out of your tent, get to the nerds, scientists, they take a fraction of the pill, run a test, and tell you whether what you're taking is pure MDMA or a poisonous mix of battery acid and Chris Kenny's Twitter feed. And while you're waiting for your pills to get tested, they pump you full of information about how to take drugs safely. It already happens in some countries in Europe, including Austria, where since the introduction of pill testing, drug consumption has actually fallen, and 2/3 of users who were told their drugs were dangerous then elected not to take them. And they then warned their friends not to take them as well. So now experts like Alex Wodak from the Australian Drug Law Reform Foundation, Will Tregonning from Unharm, and Dr. David Caldecott have announced that they are going to offer pill testing at upcoming music festivals in Australia. So that's all a good thing, right? Well, not according to some politicians and police. New South Wales Premier Mike Baird says his government would not use taxpayer-funded dollars supporting illegal drug deals, while Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews says he doesn't support drug testing trials at all. And it's worth asking whether the current strategies are actually helpful. While they're very common, research shows sniffer dogs are unreliable 75% of the time. And even when they are reliable, their mere presence tends to make drug users panic. They then take all their drugs at once, which obviously creates a risk of overdosing. And why Wodak and Caldecott say they'll offer drug testing? It's not clear they're legally safe to do so. In fact, while I might get charged with possession of the illegal drug, the drug tester might get charged with supplying an illegal drug when they hand it back to me, which seems pretty ridiculous. So come on, Australia, pill testing's where it's at. All the cool kids are doing pill testing, right? Austria's doing pill testing, and everyone thinks Austria's cool, despite the whole being the birthplace of Hitler thing. So come with me, I'll show you how pill testing works, right? I'll show you how to do pill testing properly. Just come with me, it'll be great. Pill testing's awesome, just come with me. The cool kids are doing it, come with me, right? Come.